Attention, New York City. I'm bringing my Come Together tour to Madison Square Garden on Saturday, March 29th, 2025. Tickets and all upcoming tour dates at tomsegura.com/tour.
100%. Cheers.
Welcome to another episode of Two Bears, One Cave. I'm Tom, and I'm here with the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, Bert Kreischer. Felt fun to do a little throwback. How you doing, Bert?
I was called a racist last night.
Oh, you in person?
In person.
Who? A notable person?
No. It was this dude at the Emmys party. We went to the Netflix Emmys party, and I met this guy who's I don't know the right way to do this, but he's a Latino dude, and someone introduced us, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like, "Pretty good." And I said, "Hey, do you speak Spanish?" Because I wanted to talk to him about this music that I'm into called narco corridos. And I go, "Do you speak Spanish?" And he goes, "Yeah, English too." And I went, "Okay." I was like, "What the fuck? How did I get into this?"
Yeah, I see. One of those
and I was
guys.
like, "Motherfucker." And then I was like, "No, I know. I was," and he was like, "Yeah, I was born in ... but I grew up in LA." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, and then I noticed he has a little bit of an accent. So maybe I guess he's, I don't know. But I was like, "Motherfucker, now I'm on my heels the entire time." Yeah. And I just wanted to talk to you about narco corridos and go, and I just wanted to connect. And now I'm a fucking asshole. But, so yeah, it's fun to.
You're into narco corridos?
Do you know it?
Yeah, sure. It's very popular.
Dude, it's fucking awesome. Now, here's the interesting thing, Tom. I can't tell if I'm into narco corridos or just corridos because I don't know what they're saying.
Well, yeah, it would definitely change some of the fucking music for you if you knew what they were saying. But, I mean, explain to people who don't know, do you know, like, what these are?
Okay. So, narco corridos is corridos music, but sang about the cartels. And so it's very specific. I mean, from what I understand, but I can't understand the music because I don't speak Spanish, but from what I understand, a lot of narco corrido singers have been murdered by cartels.
This is true. And also, a lot of narcotraficantes, a lot of the actual guys, doing this, will sometimes even, if they want a song about them, they'll just go to the artist, pay the artist, make a song about me.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Here's 80 grand, make a badass song about how you can't fuck with me. And then they'll be like, "You got it." And then they'll make a song about that guy.
That's so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So wait, I got into it because there's this one guy who's friends with Tupac who got murdered in like 1993. He was like, and the cartels came up to him right before his show. They handed him a note and they're like, "You sing this song and we kidnap you and we kill you. Do not sing this song anymore." Because apparently they're like very specific about dates and places and people's names.
Yeah,
like
they'll say everything. Like
it is gangster hip hop on steroids.
It's way other level. Yeah. It's not like ours here. It's names and places and like. Remember when you drove up to this to the bus stop and you saw the foot hanging from the overpass? That was me.
Yeah.
It's real specific.
It's super specific. But for whatever reason, I really enjoy the rhythm of it. And I don't know why, but I get excited when I catch a word I know, like pobrecito mujer,
And you're like, yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I go, oh, there's a little poor boy on the bus.
Yeah.
But I've been fascinated by it. It's all I've been listening to.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Is it the accordion that I'm liking? I
don't know. I mean, it's a very Mexican genre,
Oh, it's the best way to pull up to fucking valet.
Yeah.
Blaring narco corridos, and they're like, "Whoa!"
One might accuse you of racism there. Let me ask you about the other, about the Emmy part. I mean, you know what? I didn't realize I did. You're gonna laugh at this because you know me.
What?
So, WME, the agency that I'm with, sent me an Emmy invitation to their party. This is like a few weeks ago, and it says like, we would like to blah blah blah. And so I wrote back in all caps, hard pass. And I didn't realize that I had CC'd the company. So like everybody saw me write hard fucking pass. And I just got like 100 replies of people laughing and people being like, got it. And I was like, oh shit. I thought I was replying to my agent's assistant. I was like, who would want to go to this fucking bullshit? So, but what, I'm curious, like, yeah, because to me, I mean, I also know that we approach going out differently, but to me, it sounds like a goddamn nightmare to go to one of those. What is it actually like?
It is really fascinating. It really is fascinating because there's a little bit of ego death in it because you realize, first of all, it's all celebrating the people getting nominated and winning Emmys. So it's not like, even as famous you may be, if you're not in that game, and then you watch people like I honestly, I was writing down jokes all weekend just about personality traits. What's really wild, and I'm not shitting on them, I would probably do the same thing, but I'm just going to say, people show up to the Emmys with their Emmy who won it 2 days ago. So like Grips, who won an Emmy, they bring it with them to the party. Yeah, like they got it 2 days ago at the Grip Emmys, and they all got
Grip Emmys, yes,
or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. So for people, for people that don't know, they give away the Emmys basically on separate days. There's the televised portion that gives away. There's the one, usually that's the one where you see like best actor, best writer, and all this, and then they have another field of categories. They don't have time to air them all on television, so they host a separate one where they'll give it out for other categories.
Foley artists,
yes,
best guy that made it sound like it was raining,
all those guys,
and so, but those guys all show up with their actual Emmys. Like they bring their Emmy with
I find a hard time even considering that you wouldn't have it with you.
Well, first of all, I'd never be in that category. Like,
you
okay,
would never
so
be
there's
in
two
best
parts.
grip?
So I'm going to be in the front, the big face Emmys. So like when I win an Emmy,
I got it.
By the way, I'll be insufferable. I'll be insufferable.
I can't even begin to.
Wait, hold on. There's a lot to unpack.
You might
here.
have it like attached to a chain that you have made, so that it's actually a medallion that hangs from your
neck.
They're
big as fuck. They're big. Yeah. They're big. I saw a couple Grips walking in with their Emmys, and because it was funny, the Emmys wasn't over yet. And I was at Cotty's party. So there were 3 parties I went to. I went to UTA's party. I went to Netflix's party.
Oh, my God.
And then Cotty, my sister Cotty, runs events at Disney. She does the Emmys party. She does the Emmys party. So she's throwing a party for Disney. So I go to hers because it's my little sister. So, okay.
Is this why you had a suit on?
Yeah, I had 2 suits. I wore our 2 Bears suit to the UTA party, and then I wore a slick ass black suit last night.
Oh, this is a separate night?
2 nights.
I was going to say, if you change suits on the same night, I don't fucking know you anymore.
No.
So,
no.
Okay.
And by the way, my suit still fits.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I was shocked because I was like, I feel like I'm only 235. I haven't gained any weight. I feel like I'm fat as fuck. No. So UTA party. I show up, and I've done this twice, and I really regret that I do it because all my pictures look suspect. I brought my own drink, and I have this with me through the entire
styrofoam cup?
Styrofoam 32-ounce cup full of vodka. So every picture, everyone thinks I'm drinking lean. And so Timothy Oliphant goes, "Are you drinking lean?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "It's my own vodka." And he was like, "It looks like you're drinking lean." By the way, LeeAnn lost her shit over Timothy Oliphant.
Really?
Yeah. He's perfect, dude. He is so good looking. His hair is perfect. It's like the perfect color gray. And he, put in Timothy Oliphant. Yeah. Type in Timothy Oliphant and Bert Kreischer. See if the picture of us is up.
Oh, this would be very important. Let's get it up. Oh, no.
Oh, that's LeeAnn and Timothy Oliphant. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
LeeAnn, is that at the party?
That was at the party.
Okay. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
Dude, he's a good-looking guy, and he wears a suit well. And there I am with a glass of lean and my gold teeth. Fuck, I'm a mess. Anyway, it's interesting because I'm the wrong person for these parties because I do get overwhelmed by celebrity.
You might be you might as well just be like from a small town in fucking Iowa, the way that you meet celebrities. It's unfucking real. You shake and you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then you're like, you're so good. You're so good. You actually blew me away with your performance.
Listen to this. I'm going to just play this and you're going to hear the...
You have it recorded?
This is my worst one. Okay, you ready?
Straight to the mouth. Here we are. Ron Howard, get over here. You gotta try this shit.
Okay, good.
Hey, Ron Howard, you gotta try this.
Okay, will do.
You don't just put it right in your mouth.
Okay.
I freaked Ron Howard the fuck out.
I have so much anxiety listening to your clip. TD, Tutty, in for 6. Touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. We don't care how they score them. We want to bet on touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple, like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. I feel like there is no easier way to get involved in sports betting than everything they got going over at DraftKings. So many fun ways to get involved in a game, and now you can do it with touchdowns. You get ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the Sportsbook app and use the code BEARS. That's code BEARS for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. There's so much to love about October. Make sure you're at your best with Liquid IV's new Hydration Multiplier plus Immune Support Mango Passion Fruit with 5 times the daily value of vitamin C and 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. You can give your body the immune support it needs while treating yourself to a taste of the tropics. I have made hydrating myself a priority, and there is nothing better than just bringing a packet. It's so easy of Liquid IV with you. You pour it in, and you're done, and you feel good, and it tastes great. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone, powered by Liquid IV Hydra Science, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Support everyday wellness with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code word CAVE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code CAVE at liquidiv.com.
Ron Howard.
Which party was that?
That's it, the Disney one. The Disney one was pretty fucking sick. Now, don't let me forget to tell you about the Netflix one because that is the funnest. That was the wildest party. And
Really?
hang on. So Disney is Cotty's party. UTA was great. We hung out with Timothy Oliphant the whole time.
And these are separate nights.
Thursday or Friday and Sunday or Saturday and Sunday. I don't know, whatever. Friday and Sunday.
Okay.
So UTA one was a blast. But I just saw my agents and we hung out with Timothy Oliphant because LeeAnn's a huge fan of Deadwood, and so she's in love with Timothy Oliphant. So the whole time we just hung out with him, and he was so fucking cool. Okay. And so we had a great time. We got hammered and came home. We go to the Disney one. Ron Howard is by himself. He has no assistants, no security. He's by himself, like on his phone, like typing in things, but by himself, just hanging out. And I see him, and I'm like, God, it's fucking Ron Howard. And he's like, and then he kind of like looks up and he sees me and he smiles. And I was like, yeah. And LeeAnn goes, you took a general meeting with him one time. And I was like, did I? I have no recollection of it. That's why I was like, as soon as she said that, I went, so why do I get so freaked out over celebrity when I don't remember meeting them? Like I don't remember, I have no recollection of meeting Ron Howard, but I took a general meeting with him one time. And I see him, then I go, I got so excited. So we go over Adam Perry Lang. Is like big barbecue chef, big friends with Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
And he's got a whole setup. The Disney one was sick. The Disney one had to cost like $20 million. It was so fucking sick. Bob Iger is there. Let me tell you something. Bob Iger is a fucking stud. He is the definition of a fucking stud. He is 6'1". He is jacked. He is 73, and he's worth $1 billion, and he smells like it. Bob Iger is a fucking stud. Tom, I only didn't lose my shit on Bob Iger because I was afraid it cost my sister her job.
Yeah.
Bob Iger walked in the room, and my dick got hard.
That'd be so funny if she called, I got fired today. And you're like, oh, really? Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Dude, Bob Iger he carries himself with an air of just intensity. I mean, he walked in. Dude, I watched him walk by huge celebrities and not even say hi to them. Not just walk right past them. And I was like, whoa. So anyway, Ron Howard. Ron Howard is like the sweetest guy alive. He honestly, Tom, he acts like a little brother at a little league game, wanting to hang. Like he just was like this, like real bouncy. So I go over to I see the fucking ribs, the short ribs that Adam Perry's making, and I'm like, I gotta get one. He cuts me a slice, and you know me, I roll over. I'm like, dude, that fucking gets my dick hard. And this guy's like, and you know, a chef wants to hear that shit. So he cuts me off a big piece. He goes right to the mouth. I go right to the mouth, put it in my mouth, and I see
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard just standing aside. I go, Ron Howard, you got to try this. And he's like, well, okay.
I know this because I just saw you document it.
He comes over and he's like, he eats it, and then he takes another one and he goes over to the table, and then he like makes eye contact with me, and he's like this, the sweetest guy. I was like so blown away at just how genuinely wholesome he was as a person.
It's like a real
to have
thing.
been in this business. So then we go over to the Netflix party. Netflix party, fun, baby reindeer owned the night. So like everyone's in this baby reindeer corner, right? I don't know anyone from Baby Reindeer. I didn't watch this show because it gave me anxiety. So I'm like, and I have no interest in. I'm at this point. I'm whittling down what makes me Bert and what's wrong with Bert, and how I can be cool with what's wrong with Bert, right?
Yeah.
Part of me really does not care about the Emmys because I feel like an outsider anyway. Yeah. And I am 51, so I'm like, what am I going to try to be in that scene? That's not my scene. My scene's comedy. I hung out with Jeff Ross. We smoked weed. Mike, all the people from the Brady Roast were there, so I hung out in the back with them and we smoked weed. And then I go inside. I see Nikki Glaser. Nikki looked fucking insane. I mean, and by the way, I gave her a hug. Nikki's, her back is so tight. Like, she is in great shape. I was like, that's my takeaway from Nikki.
Okay.
I go, LeeAnn, let's hit the dance floor. We go out on the dance floor. Dude, you would have loved this. Love on the Spectrum owned the dance floor.
Really?
All the kids from Love on the Spectrum, all their moms, Sofia Vergara and Nikki Glaser, owned that goddamn dance floor. And so you went out there, and dancing with autistic kids might be my favorite thing I've ever done in my life. They just like walk up and they're like, I don't know you. And you're like, cool. My mom says you're famous. And I was like, awesome. Can I get a picture? Of course. Dude, Love on the Spectrum ran the Netflix party. Love on the Spectrum and Baby Reindeer ran the Netflix party.
Yeah, the Baby Reindeer won a bunch of things, right? Yeah, the limited series stuff. It's really good. You should watch it. You should deal with the
started
anxiety.
watching it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does, but it's really, really, really good.
Yeah, but
really
not.
good.
It's not funny. It just makes me uncomfortable.
There's definitely funny moments in it, but it does come through very real and very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't watch shows that I'll tell you what I do is I just Wikipedia and read the Wikipedia and go, yeah, I got it.
Oh my God. I watched Inside 9/11, inside the war room, whatever. So it's the 24 hours with Bush, Cheney, Condoleezza Rice, Karl Rove, and like that, and they just go minute by minute through the day. It's fucking really good. I saw it on Apple Plus. Really good.
I had the weirdest thought. Who do you think the best looking hijacker on 9/11 was?
You know, would it be Atta?
Because Muhammad Atta.
Yeah, he had good jawline. I feel
he had a great jawline.
Yeah, look at that jawline on Atta there, top left. That's a good jawline.
All the others are pigs.
I don't know that everybody is celebrating that we're doing this, but yeah, I mean he definitely has cold eyes.
God, man, he does.
Top right has eyes of like, yeah, your hard drive's gonna stay with us, right? Bottom left has he was talked into it. He has a more innocent face, in my opinion.
Bottom right looks like he could fall in love with a Jewish chick, and he would hate to hear that.
And he would hate himself. And
he would hate himself.
Family would hate him too. Yep.
Do you think there were any hijackers that were like talkative?
Like chatty?
Like chatty Cathy's?
Good personality?
Yeah, no, just like overshare. Like, like I overshare. Like,
who's the closest to Bert on this list?
Like, do you think there's any of these hijackers that at a dinner
it's probably, all Sherreri. Yeah. People were always saying that, like, he had big personality, life of the party kind of guy. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, secret time? Yeah. We're going to take these buildings down.
Wow. Yeah. That's, let's see.
I'm not supposed to talk about this. If Mohammed Atwa heard this.
Is that the right accent?
There
are some ugly fucking hijackers.
Yeah, none of them are like striking you as like, wow, that's a handsome guy.
No, but Mohammed Atta stood out. Like when they went into the strip club the night before. I heard the night before they went and hijacked the buildings, they like went to strip clubs and shit, right?
Really? I had no idea about that.
No, they went to like a Dave & Buster's and a strip club.
A Dave & Buster's?
Yeah,
really?
And they Americaned it up.
And they racked up some points and like...
They were like,
these video games, I don't know when you need to hijack or no plane, We could just do. They have a simulator in Dave & Buster's.
Damn, they're so young, man. Look how young.
That's their ages?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they're.
What do you think that was? A credit score?
No, I didn't really. God damn it, they're all in their 20s.
Yeah, they're super young.
He was 20 years old.
That guy's 20. Yeah. Yeah, so young.
Okay, would you rather? I asked this to someone last night. Went to a dinner party and I thought. I said this, and it was really not the best conversation starter.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather die instantly or be told you're going to die and die that way?
Well, how are you going to die when you be told you're going to die?
Like you have Parkinson's or cancer, and you get told,
and
you
slowly die?
Slowly die, like maybe over 5 years or whatever, maybe longer, maybe shorter, or... Would you rather not see it coming, like hit by a bus, plane crash?
Yeah, definitely.
Eaten by a shark?
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Quickly.
Think about this. Oh, that's what everyone said. And then I said, but you only die once.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, don't you kind of want to, if life is about experiences, don't you want to kind of enjoy the experience of dying?
I mean, what makes you think you're going to enjoy the experience?
No. If it just goes like this, then what was life about? Right?
Well, yeah, but that just means you didn't have the time in a moment to reflect. But that doesn't mean that you haven't lived a full life. It's like getting hit by a bus is a painless. It's terrible, but it's only terrible for people watching it. Like, it's not terrible for you. You don't know anything that happened. If you get Parkinson's or some type of cancer and it's a slow, yeah, you have time to go like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a process in which I die, and maybe you have thoughts, I watched somebody do that. I watched my dad go through that. It was fucking terrible to watch. And I think the end is like, it's particular. It's a lot of suffering.
Okay.
It's a lot of people go through it, but.
So then let's reverse engineer that and say if you only die once, your death isn't about you technically, because you're just dying. Yeah. Your death is about the people you leave behind, right?
True.
So then how would you want it? Would you want it to be prolonged so that you could really almost save the relationships? Would you rather your dad die of cancer or hit by a bus?
Well,
sorry.
I think he already picked one of those.
This episode of Two Bears, One Cave is brought to you by NASCAR. The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs are in full swing, and this weekend, drivers will be taking on NASCAR's biggest and baddest track, Talladega Superspeedway. For those of you who are new to NASCAR, this track is an absolute beast. It's 2.5 miles of nothing but pure speed, and it always puts on a legendary show. Drivers will be battling out at almost 200 miles per hour, just inches apart, as they try to win their way into the next round of the playoffs. There are only 12 drivers left with a chance to crown themselves a NASCAR champion forever, so the competition is going to be at maximum intensity. If you've never checked out NASCAR before, now's the perfect time. Invite some friends over, crack open some beers, and tune into the NASCAR Cup Series race on Sunday, October 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern on NBC. This show is sponsored by Babbel. You ever thought about getting yourself a gift this year? One that has the power to help you grow, learn, and become a better version of you? Give yourself the gift of language by getting Babbel. Speak like a whole new you with Babbel, the language learning app that gets you talking. With quick 10-minute lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel gets you talking a new language in 3 weeks. That is so quick. And because talking is the key to really knowing a language, Babbel is designed for real conversations. Wasting hundreds of dollars on private tutors is the old way of learning languages. Babbel's tips and tools are inspired by real-life stuff you'll actually need when talking. With a focus on conversation, you'll be ready to talk wherever you go. I've said this over and over again, and I'm so impressed. Georgia, my daughter, has stuck with Babbel. She's on it for a year, and the kid's practically fluent in Spanish. I mean, fluent in Spanish. Here's a special holiday deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at Babbel.com/bears. Get up to 60% off at Babbel.com/bears, spelled BABBEL.com/bears. Rules and restrictions may apply.
No, I get what you mean, because you definitely have time to process it more. Like, it was, by the time he died, I wasn't like surprised. You're not. You know it's happening. So I guess you can make a case that that's something that you put together and figure out. But
I think
if the phone call had been your dad just got hit by a bus, it would be it's a whole, because then you also have, I think, a type of resentment that you carry, right? Because you're like, where's this bus driver live, and how can we ruin his life and all that.
That's a great second follow-up question.
Yeah, I mean,
but hold on. I like where you're going, because people mourn you more if you die instantly, unexpectedly.
I know what this is going to. This is all about how you're like, well, I don't know. Jesus, man. You're just thinking about, maybe I should die quickly, because then it'll be a better celebration.
You got it. That's exactly where my head is.
I know it is.
It's all about, because it's like, I get obsessed with death. I'm so obsessed with death that when I hear people.
The amount that you are obsessed with death kind of freaks me out.
I know.
It's like every day.
I almost get, this is really a sad thought, but like, when people talk about what they're raising money for, and they're like pancreatic cancer, I had a friend who died of pancreatic cancer. When people say they're raising money for suicide, when I hear suicide, I almost go like, oh, thank God. Like, I know I don't have that. Like, I'm not going to catch that one. No.
Yeah,
I'm not getting suicide.
If you died and then they were like, it was a suicide, I would know that there was
foul play.
Yes, 100%. I would not. I would have to hire PIs and be like, no. We got to figure out who killed him.
Wait, would you really, if for real?
If you was reported that you had killed yourself, 1,000%.
And everyone's like, Tom, it's closed case. Would you commit a little bit of your time to solve my murder?
I might commit all my time to doing that. Yeah.
I would love that.
I know you would, and then I would. And I promise you, because I know you'd want this, that I would make a documentary as I put it together. So
I will promise you, I swear to God, I would avenge your murder.
Thank you.
I would avenge your murder.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I would. I was trying to think today. I was watching the Michael Jordan. I always watch
Last Dance.
Last Dance when I work out. I just love. I get on the treadmill to walk, and I watch Last Dance, and then I was like, I'm not working hard enough. I put on a weight vest, and I walked here with a weight vest on today. So like I was, but Michael Jordan was saying he needed almost like inspiration to work. He needed things to inspire. He had to pick things that bothered him. Yeah. And I was like, and I a long time ago, and I don't have it now. By the way, I think I have the exact opposite. But I was like, I think I said to you, like, it was when I was on tour, and I was like, I don't know. I just stopped rooting for myself. Like, I didn't feel like I should root for myself anymore. Like, because I didn't have any inspiration. I didn't have anything to go after. Yeah. And then I was like, what's the best motivating factor? Is it revenge?
Revenge is great.
Revenge is fucking awesome.
Revenge is great. I know. And the best revenge is just, I mean, there's two types really, right? There's the revenge of hurting somebody who hurt you or somebody you know, right? So like those types of things where fucking somebody kills somebody and you go, now I'm going to kill you and everybody you know. That's a type of revenge. But the other type of revenge is just in succeeding. That's how you get revenge on people without cutting them open.
To allow, sometimes you have false narratives in your head that that you end up fighting with. Like I was fighting with a friend of ours in my head that had pissed me off. He said something sideways to me, and I was fighting with him as I was cleaning off the deck. And then I was like, man, I said to myself, if I could think of statements as powerful as his that he did to me that forced me to fight the next morning for fucking 45 minutes as I cleaned my deck with him, then that's the real victory. That's the victory, to own territory in someone else's head for the next day. And then I was like, I will not allow that. And so I stopped it. I was like, this is wildly crazy, crazy. And then LeeAnn said, this is, okay, and this goes to you. I'm trying to not talk as much at like parties and stuff. I'm trying to be more quiet and listen to people.
Hey, Ron Howard. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I got one worse than that. I got one way worse than that.
Wait, but finish your other thought.
Okay.
You said I'm trying not to.
And so we go to a dinner party. I'm going to name drop because I think it's an important. No, I'm not going to name drop because it isn't important, and they know who they are.
Okay.
And so we go to this dinner with like really famous people. I said, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to listen. And then everyone starts talking. And then I said to myself, they think I'm boring. And I was like, I gotta jump in here somehow. Like I gotta be interesting. Like I'm an interesting person. Time to be interesting. So I talked a little bit. I probably over talked a lot. We started talking about FaceTiming, right?
You just went all over the map on whether you talked a little bit or a lot.
A lot. We started talking about FaceTiming and they said that it's just so aggressive. And I was like, time to jump in. I was like, I FaceTime everyone. And they're like, what? I was like, I FaceTime everyone. And two of the people at this party were like, he's definitely FaceTimed me. These kids had FaceTimed me at the UTA party. These boys FaceTimed me and I answered it. And they were like, who the fuck answers a FaceTime? I go, I do. I answer every FaceTime. If you FaceTime me, I can answer it. I don't know who it is. I want to see who it is. I can see the person. And then they're like, and I FaceTime everyone. And we started talking. We had a great time. Great dinner. Honestly, a great dinner. I think everyone had a good time. I didn't overtalk. I did talk a lot, but I didn't overtalk. And I noticed, also, I was also talking for both of us because LeeAnn wasn't talking at all.
Yeah.
LeeAnn was like listening or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the next morning, LeeAnn goes, man, no one cared about me. And I was like, what? She was like, well, I didn't say anything. And I was like, well, yeah, but that's on you. And she was like, well, I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. And I was like, well, you can't we're not children. No one's going to be like, LeeAnn, what's your opinion on that? Like, you got to just talk.
No, you're right.
And then I was like, wait, is me trying to be silent? Is that forced behavior? And is that now an inauthentic version of me? Or is it generous? Like when we did the podcast with Dana White, I felt fucking so stupid because I hadn't said anything, but I was interested in what you guys were saying. And then I was like, am I stupid? Like, because I'm not talking? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And I don't think, I mean, first of all, it's, sometimes you surprise me with your introspective thoughts. I think that it's a totally valid thing that you're saying. I think that what you're talking about when you go like, am I boring right now? Do I need, like, that's a natural, healthy thought to have. But I think the answer is if somebody is saying something that you are interested in, it is, I think, especially as interviewers, like if you're interviewing someone, to let them hold court. Like just, especially like if you've asked something or someone else asked something and you're hearing what you like the person open up, I try to give them the floor. Just like let them talk.
What is it about you that makes you not talk? Like, are you comfortable? Like if you're having dinner with like, say your next door neighbors and him and his wife and you and Push, and you guys are having dinner and he's talking and you're listening, and say you're not interested. Yeah. Say the thing he's telling you is not interesting, but you still listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm good at that. I mean, I will listen. I'm not gonna I'll follow up with something to give them a chance to basically feel interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna keep pressing on that. But I also don't I really don't care.
You really don't care.
I don't care if you think I'm boring. I don't care. I don't care if you walked away and you're just like, that guy doesn't I'm like, I mean, I've had people tell me, they're like, I thought you were like a ditch digger or something. I can't believe that you tell jokes for a living. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care what you think. So yeah, it's just that's just how I'm wired, man. I just don't give a shit.
The Diageo guys came up to me last night at Disney, at the Disney party. And they were like, "Hey, we tried your vodka. It's really awesome." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And I was like, "Thank you." And I started talking to them, and they're like, "So what's your plan?" And I said, "You know, what's so funny?" I said, when we got into this, I think both of us thought, start a vodka, sell it, make money, bounce. But I go, Tom said something very wise to me. He was like, "Hey, man, wouldn't it be fun to just own a vodka company for the rest of our lives?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I go, and they said, "Is he enjoying it?" And I said to like 15 people, I go, "Yes." And Tom is the most boring individual you'll ever meet. And I go, and he's having fun. Tom does not like having fun, but he's having fun. And someone goes, "Isn't he your friend?" And I went, "Yeah." And Connie goes, "He's being generous right now."
It's true.
But
it's true.
Like you really don't care. You don't care if people find you interesting. You don't care if people dislike you. You don't care if people want to talk to you. No. You just can exist. And I am so fucking opposite.
Yeah, we have totally different makeups in that regard. But it's good. That's why we're a good team together, because we have totally different characteristics, and that's how we operate well. Like especially it's fun for me to do live events with you and stuff, because we're not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
But we are the same. We are the same in a weird way. Like I think things make us giggle the same.
Yeah, we always laugh about a lot of things the same. We enjoy, and I enjoy you. I enjoy being around you. But yeah, with that shit, with socializing, I'd rather leave, man. I'm just being like I've gone to dinner parties and I'm just like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Like I just, I'm more concerned, honestly, with like how like inner circle people feel about me than I am about like neighbors and like, you know what I mean? Like it's like if someone I meet is like doesn't care for me, I'm just like, well, I don't care what you think. I don't barely know you. I don't. Yeah. This isn't we're not in a friendship. This is not a relationship we have.
What's interesting is that I didn't.
And I like to leave meetings too. Like when meetings.
What?
When I have a meeting with somebody, and you can always sense when meetings are going well. Yeah. And when they're not. And in either case, I can't wait to get the fuck out of there. Like I just go, well, that was great, and then I fucking leave right away. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, that was great. Let's maybe we'll see each other again. Yeah. Bye.
I wish I had that. I wish I had more of that.
But the other thing is you get like intoxicated by like social settings. Like you're a true extrovert, man. You're a real extrovert. Extroverts
get energy from
get
that.
Energy from like you're always like, well, let's stay here. Let's keep this going. Have more people come over. And I literally am like, can you remove people from the room? Like so.
Oh, LeeAnn couldn't get me out of the Netflix party last night.
I can only imagine.
I was like, and I talked to someone who was like they were drunk, and they were me. They were drunk and they were just fucking oversharing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is a life lesson. Pay attention, Bert. Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize how much time I was going to be spending with LeeAnn when the girls left.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, it's kind of weird. We're together a lot.
I've said it a number of times, and I don't know if I've ever said it on this, but I've said it in passing. If I had known I was going to spend this much time with her, I would have married a dude. Like it's like fucking wild. And she doesn't get my sense of humor all the time. Mm-hmm. Like we went to a Sturgill Simpson concert this weekend on Saturday night. We had the wildest weekend.
Yeah.
And there were two gay guys in front of us just making out the entire concert. And I was like, you can't, not that you can't do that. Like, I know you're allowed to do that. But even if you were, and then I was like, I said to LeeAnn, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it's country music. They're ruining country music for me. They're just fucking macking down on each other. And LeeAnn's like, stop it. That you're being homophobic. I said, it has nothing to do with homophobia. I was like, if it was fat people in front of us, it would be ruining it. It's that I'm not attracted to it. Look, if it was two chicks doing it, it would make the concert better. Or if it was like a beautiful guy and a beautiful girl, it would make the concert better. It doesn't turn me on, so it's fucking pissing me off.
Yeah,
And I was like, if I'd married a dude, he would have gotten it.
He would have gotten it. He would have totally understood it. Yeah. Chicks, man. I know. I told Christina last night because like whenever I'm self-loathing, which I was yesterday, I want a certain type of empathy, and she never does it instinctively. So as she was talking to me about my self-loathing, I go, can I tell you something? This is what I want you to do when I do this. Whatever your instinct is, ignore it. Ignore all your initial instincts. And she was like, that's really nice. I go, yeah. Whatever you think, do the opposite. And she was like, great. And then she goes, how about I don't talk? And I go, perfect. Yeah.
Wait, what does your self-loathing look like?
My self-loathing, because I feel like I always have, it varies, but like there's good days and bad days of like body issues. Do you know what I mean? Like there's days where I'm looking in the mirror and I feel good about myself, and then like it can be like 24 hours later and I don't. And I was just in that thing where I was just like, beating myself up.
Yeah.
And she was just like, what do you think? I go, you're not my fucking psychoanalyst, okay? Like, I don't want you to do this. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I go, just do the opposite of what you think you should do. Yeah.
What triggers those body issues? Because I deal with them too, and I can't tell if.
But that's the thing. What I told her is that it's like almost the exact conversation. I think that my body issues are not necessarily spawned by a certain type of trigger. It's like, here's what I can relate it to that I think will make a lot of sense to you. You know how when you're on tour, you never feel this way about like your act. What happens is you go like this. You have days where you're like, I feel fucking great about what I'm doing. Like you like what you're doing. And then there's the days where you're just like, man, like you're full of self-doubt and you're just kind of like self-critical. I suck. And you know what I mean? Like that. And I feel like it's very much like that. It's not a constant thing. And there are peaks and valleys to it. And you probably could dive into like, well, but I just feel like it's like life in that it's not a constant. It's up and it's down. And so there's just, I don't sit in the self-loathing for for days. It's just like moments. It's moments that pass where you're like, it's so bizarre, I think, with body stuff, because it can literally be 24 hours apart. Like I can, it sounds probably like I have dysmorphia, but what I'm saying is like, you just feel good and you're like, you know what? You look good, buddy. Like you're, that kind of thing. And then I don't know, the next day you just catch an angle in a mirror or something. You're like, fuck, I look like shit.
Yeah.
And then when I do that, what I don't like is when I do that and it gets negated by whoever is around. I'm just like, don't fucking make me feel like I'm not, it's not a valid critique of myself,
Yeah.
Which they're probably just being helpful and nice, but I'm just like, don't you fucking do that to me. So it's just like, it's not positive self-talking, right? And I try not to sit in it. I don't like to do, I'm not saying it in this poor me way. It's more like I'm just not happy with what I'm seeing, if that makes sense.
No, I feel like I was more confident about my body when I was massively obese than now.
But do you think you were tricking yourself? Like, were you delusional, or were you just?
I think I was delusional. I think I'm crazy. I actually think I'm crazy, like for real. Like I was telling someone, if I was me on like a Viking longship or like trying to cross the Northwest Passage in the 1700s, they'd be like, that guy on the boat is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah,
like there's no way they'd be like, no, he's neurodivergent. They would be like, and so I have issues with my body now that I go. And I can convince myself it's so stupid. And like my eating, it'll trigger it. I used to eat like fucking shit. And then last night at the Netflix party, I'm keto, and they bring out fucking In-N-Out burgers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dude.
Did you have one?
I had to go to different people to get new ones. because they like, I said one for person, they didn't make like 1,000 of them. And I was like, oh, cool. So I got one. And I was like, can I get my wife one? And they're like, yeah. And then I went to LeeAnn. I eat both of them. I go, hey, they got In-N-Out Burger. See if you can grab 2 for us. And then she went over and she grabbed 2. And then I went back and the guy goes, you've had like 4 of them. And I was like, I've had 3, first of all. And they're like, yeah, I know, but we're trying to like spread them out for everyone. The Love on the Spectrum kids want them. And I was like, yeah. And so I went to this other person and they're like, In-N-Out Burger? And I was like, oh yeah, can I get one for my wife? And they're like, and then I woke up this morning going, what did I do? Like, and if I drink enough or smoke enough weed, I forget that I did it.
Well, that's good.
And then, dude, I'm smoking weed before I go to bed, like almost like Michael Jackson did fentanyl.
Propofol?
Like,
yeah.
Propofol. I'm hitting a vape pen like 4 or 5 times and then getting in bed and racing it to sleep. And then I sleep amazingly.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Also, I should say that like with Christina in particular, like she's always just trying to help me when I do that stuff. It's me just being not wanting to hear it, Yeah.
I wish I had like I know I have it. I know I can find it. I know I had it. But like I saw these chicks come out when we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Weren't we just in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah. When we were in Vegas, I saw these chicks come out of the elevator, really like maybe 400 pounds.
Nice.
Bikinis.
Yeah, people really don't give a fuck, especially in Vegas.
I was like, how did the fuck? I want that. Like, I want that confidence. That blinding confidence where you're like, this shit fucking slaps, baby. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I should say that, I have gotten good at some self-talk in those things too. Because like, you know what I end up doing, man, when I feel I end up trying to remember that like, how would you talk to somebody that you cared about or like one of your kids? And so I do actually do it. I practice the exercise and I'll be like, you know what? Like, you might not look the way you want to look, but like you're putting in effort. It's improving. You should be happy that you're focused and like making real effort and you're making progress. And it might not be the progress with which you want it to happen. So like I try to like self-talk. And then of course, inevitably at some point I'll just be like, oh, who you kidding, you fucking loser, fat piece of shit. But there's moments of like uplifting self-talk that I think is helpful too. Not just critical thoughts.
Mine, that's wild that when you said, if my daughter was talking to herself the way, or either of my daughters were talking to themselves the way I was talking to myself, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
don't ever think that way. That's horrific.
Yeah.
But then I do it and then I'm like, I don't know, it's also motivating.
To be critical?
To be critical. Don't you wish you were like, oh, who was I just talking to about this? Do you remember when we got into stand-up and there were the kids that were like, amazing. I fucking crushed that room.
And they all suck.
They all suck.
I remember the guys too that would be like, don't you like love watching he goes like, don't you love watching footage of yourself? And this is like years ago. And I was like, no. He's like, oh, it's my favorite thing. I go, how do you withstand it? And he was like, what do you mean? This is like one of the like green rooms.
Yeah.
He's like, I love watching myself perform. Like I go, no, I have the hardest time watching footage of myself. I don't know how you do. And then of course, I mean, I thought that guy sucked then, and then, he's pretty bad.
I wonder if it's the same guy. I was watching a guy listen to his act listen to his act
and like smile
and he was like, oh, good, yeah, and I was like, I just watched it live. I didn't have one of those for you.
But you know what the funny thing is about the body stuff though, is that we have all these things about like self-talk and healthy talk, but then you meet like certain people. And a lot of times in my experience, they're athletes. They're people who are in particularly good shape and they're super critical and super honest. So my thing is like, yeah, you're being on. The rest of them are all fucking liars, man. I like that you're being straight up about this. You know what I mean? So I embrace, I get that the super critical self-talk isn't productive per se, but also you meet, like, I have friends that are like real athletes, like, and they do the super critical talk about how hard you're working, what you look like, what, and they'll be like, yeah, that's good, and they'll be like, this shit over here isn't good. You need to fucking do some more squats, like, and you're like, oh yeah, like, how come everybody else it feels like what you're saying is the bad thing to say? You're just being honest, actually. You know?
I keep going back to comedy, but there are people who are so delusional about their sets and who they are that you're like, and you're like, what? Like, I go, I just wish I had an ounce of it. I wish I had an ounce of it just to get through the rough parts of life, where you're like, where you wake up and I keep pushing off, I keep postponing going back on the road because I'm like, I'm not fixing anything. I'm not slowing down. I'm not doing anything to grow myself. I can't go back on the road yet. So I keep pushing it. I mean, I'm still doing though. I'm doing Vegas, or I did it, I guess, already. But I think with not getting on stage and not doing stand up, and I'm trying to distance and just write, but I'm not living. And then I go like, how are these people like so fucking wildly confident? Like, it's almost like Christianity. Like, they just like, it's like like an air of superiority. And I go, I wish I had just a little bit to wake up with,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, some people have an incredible belief in their or delusion in themselves. I mean, I will say this about stand-up. My last, I've said it to you before, the way I'm touring now has made this so much more fun for me. Yeah. My weekend that I did a couple weekends ago was Eugene, Vancouver, Denver. That was one of the most fun weekends I've ever had doing stand-up.
Really?
It was so fucking fun. And
what made it fun?
I mean, I have to say this, just because I've heard people, both in stand-up and observers of stand-up, this old saying of like, it's never the audience. Okay, it's always the audience. it's always the audience. So when you show up to these a show and you have audience that is energetic and excited to be there, it becomes, this is a symbiotic thing. It's like you play off each other. So they're energized and then it energizes you. So that dance that happens when it's like that, there's just nothing more fun. Yeah. And so I had that in those 3 cities. The first ever comedy show at this Eugene amphitheater, they'd never had a comedy show, and it was fucking unbelievable. I had so much fun. Next day was in Vancouver, and it was raining and cold and windy. And I was like, I think that because I've had multiple of those shows canceled because they're like, yeah, we can't do it. So again, I was like, are we canceling this? And they're like, not in BC. They fucking are. They're fine with the rain. And
are you doing all outdoor shows?
No, but that's part of the outdoor festival, that show. Yeah. So the Eugene one was outside, just happened to be outside, but the Vancouver one was outside. Weather was like, you got to be kidding me. And it was packed. We barely had no shows, like a couple no shows. I mean, like thousands of people were there sitting in the rain, and then the rain slowed down, eventually stopped, windy, but they were like energized. They were fun. And then Denver is just fucking bonkers. That was
Denver's always been a big market for you.
It's insane. It's insane. So that show was like, that's one of those shows where you get off and you're like, fuck, that felt like a taping. Like that was, like one of those shows. So, I mean, I think what I'm getting at also is that my pace for the touring of like just doing like 3 cities in a weekend, as opposed to like 7 that I was doing before, it just makes it so much more fun. Like you look forward to the shows so much, and then you get this break afterwards, so you don't burn yourself out. So you're already like, oh, I can't wait till I go out again. Like that's just how it feels. Like this, where am I this weekend? I think Cleveland, Buffalo, Toronto. Is that right? Yeah, I think.
That's a nice little run.
Yeah, and that's that. But see, like it's a nice pace.
I wonder when I'll do stand up again.
Well, you're probably gonna just slowly build again, right?
Yeah.
You have your release date? You have your date already?
I have my release date. I have, but I'm not. I was planning on going out right when I released it, but I think I'm pushing it more. I think I'm pushing it more and more every time I keep.
Will you do what I do and like book some club weekends?
So what I think I'm going to do, and it's what I'd like to do is I want to go out for a straight month, just a month, do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all at clubs, one off, or do like little rock venues, not like theaters, but do clubs and really kind of have fun. Like I did that during getting ready for the special.
Yeah.
I took the bus and drove across country and did shows every night. And it was so fucking fun in clubs. It was so fun. And so then I want to do that. And then I want to do theaters for like, do a solid theater run where like, I would love to go back to arenas, but if I go do arenas, I want to do an arena run that's right before I start to shoot my special. Like I want to do it like the arena run I did last year was just, I think it was a lot because I was doing arenas Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like,
Too much.
It was just a lot. It was a lot. And I want to really enjoy.
I do think there's something, having done it one way and the other way, I do think there's something about that might be fun, and I think you would maybe enjoy, of picking the big theater in one of those towns
And
that you would do
it
an
down
arena
for the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And doing like 5-6 shows of like in a 3,000, 4,000, like that type of thing. There's just something about that size for, even though arenas are spectacular, amazing.
Yeah.
There's something really fun about doing a run of shows in a theater.
Dude, when I did my special, I did it in the theater, the Mahaffey. I think the Mahaffey. And it was so different than doing it in arenas. It was so fucking on top, and it was like so there. I was like, God damn it, I miss the theater energy. I love arenas, but man, that theater energy is fun as shit. Hey, can we switch subjects and talk about something I've been dying to talk to you about?
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe sex tape.
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
Do I believe it? Like, do I believe that he accidentally went live, like he said?
Yeah.
No.
I don't either.
No. I mean, because here's the only reason. I have had my phone in my hand and have ended up on the page that says like ready to post, like ready to upload. But there's another step you always have to take. Like for going live also. You could accidentally have your phone and be like on the live, let's say pre-setting.
Yeah.
You have to confirm it to go live.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't compute for anybody that's done it. Like you can take your phone, go to Instagram, try to go live, and you'll see that it's a 2-step process.
And here's the other thing is that I gotta tell you a secret now. Okay, this is a secret, and I didn't want to share this, but when this Shannon Sharpe thing happened, I went, huh. Mm-hmm. So in the past, I have been guilty of going fake live.
Okay.
I thought it was a cool way to promote things. They get an accidental live is so much bigger than a regular live. And it draws so much attention. I mean, it really does. So I went accidental live one time, and immediately Victoria called me and was like, yo, you're live. And my calls everyone. Everyone starts texting everyone I'm around. Yo, Bert's live. And they're like, yo, your phone's live. And I went, oh, shit. And I just hit it, discarded, nothing, never heard another word from it. So then one time we're in the car, and I was like, I think we had seats left at whatever venue we were. And so I was like, yo, everyone in the car, I'm going to go fake live right now, okay? And we're going to talk about the city we're in, and just out of curiosity. So we went fake live in my pocket. I hit live, I hit record, and we all just start talking. A little wild because people think it's real, right? Yeah. I'm talking everyone's phones blow up in the car. They're like, everyone's calling us. I mean, people, you like fucking Chris Porter's calling me, like, yo, you're live. Everyone's calling everyone. And those tickets cleaned up within 15 minutes. Really? And I was like, wow, that's a really powerful tool. So when Shannon Sharpe, who everyone's called gay, from Mike Epps to
everyone, that's the thing, is there's a little sugar in the tank with him. Yeah,
a little sugar in the tank. When he goes fake live when he goes live during sex, I was like, it's a little convenient. And now
it is.
It's a little convenient. And I'm not
a little convenient, and like that narrative can be pretty vicious and aggressive.
Yeah.
And like a natural way to combat that is to be like, no, because one thing is you go, no, I like women, right? And everyone goes, sure. Okay, here's a photo with me with women, and they're like, okay. Hey, how about me fucking somebody? Would that make you think differently? And that's what everybody's like kind of come back with there, because it's like, well, gay guys probably don't do that. So
gay guys don't fuck women on accident.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nuts though. It's a crazy fucking choice. I mean, the guy's like 55.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm gonna fuck somebody live on the internet. It's just fucking, it's nuts, dude.
But the narrative of calling him gay is in the black community to call a man gay.
No,
it's a death sentence.
Yeah, it's pretty like I said, it's kind of vicious the way it's done.
It's vicious, and they were going after him about that, and they're like, yeah, but you're gay.
Yeah.
And like he couldn't not step in gay.
There's no way he ran that by anybody though. That was just one of those things that he cooked up on his own.
Yeah, and more power to him,
Tired of people being like, why are you so zesty, Unc? So
Unc's getting after it. That would have been great though if he was like if he was like if he really was gay and he was starting to have sex with the chick and he's like, oh God, this is not what I like.
Don't turn around. Just let me fuck with your asshole real quick. Don't turn around. Yeah. Don't turn around.
God damn it, stop looking at me.
Yeah, I want to see your face.
I want to go fake live. I want to go real live and have sex with LeeAnn and not
I was
going
to say, this seems like a total Bert move. Like, if you put that, do the same thing, phone faces the ceiling, and we just get to hear you have sex with LeeAnn, I think that would do real numbers for you. You should do that for the special, when the special comes out.
I will. And by the way, I'll just go live. I'll go live and know I'm going live, and I'll tell everyone, I'm going live. I'm fucking my wife. I want you guys to be a part of this, and I'll just put the phone. She won't know.
Well, yeah, you can't let her know. That's the way to do it. Yeah.
You got to, man. I think you would know it was real because of the way LeeAnn talks during sex. Like that's the other thing is like
she talks differently.
She says the kind of shit that like catches you off guard.
Really?
You know when someone gets hit by a car or like falls into a pit of alligators and they say the weird thing like "Mama, help me," Yeah. And then you go, "Oh, that's a real sentence." LeeAnn, when LeeAnn has sex, she fucks real. Like she says real shit.
Crazy like non sequitur stuff.
Yeah, just like, and it's like redneck sayings.
Give me an example.
I can't because she'll get pissed, and I don't want to ruin it. I can't.
Just tell us one.
I can't.
Are they
so pissed?
Are they this like? Is it a library that she pulls? Like you hear the same expressions?
A lot of them are the same library, but I don't have a lot in my library. Like I talk a little bit now during sex.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you say? Okay, let me close my eyes. Go ahead. Come on, just whisper. I want to hear it.
I can't.
Why? She can't get mad. It's your thing. Just fucking tell us, man. They want to know.
Fucking. I can't.
It's going to be so good. Please tell me.
I can't.
Is it like Big Daddy stuff? Or are you like, yeah, you're going to take that shit? What do you...
This is my pussy.
You do not. You do not. You say this is my pussy?
This has been a great episode, everybody.
Just remember this is Bert's pussy.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, wow. He really does say
God.
that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
This is my pussy.
Oh, fuck.
Whose pussy is this?
Shannon Sharpe's pussy.
It's yours, Berty boy.
It's all you, big boy.
That's all you, big boy. Whose pussy is this?
I say it more inquisitive. Like, hey, whose pussy is this?
Whose pussy is this? Do you know who the owner of this pussy is?
I found this pussy. Is this your pussy or my pussy?
Oh my God.
I'm sweating right now. I'm fucking sweating.
That's how we know you really say that. That's fucking amazing. That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I don't say it. I'm just like, lower your voice. Grunt more.
God, what? I want it to sound like you're taking this shit, but harder.
Yeah, come on. Talk to me like a guy. That's very fun. All right. We should wrap this up.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
was a lot of fun.
Shout out to the Love on the Spectrum kids.
You guys are
Shout
the best.
Next episode, we need to talk about the new people on Instagram that we're falling in love with. The one lady you sent me that made the meatballs, I fucking love her.
Did I nail that or what?
Oh my God, it's the thing I fucking love. Dude, if you're doing a cooking segment and you have the spiral heaters on your oven, I'm fucking there for it.
He's a real big fan of like lower income kitchens.
It just is so honest. It's so honest. It's like you are so not savvy about what you're trying to sell that it's sexy.
That's what turns you on.
Fucking sexy, dude. And my new favorite thing on the internet, my new favorite thing is the comments that are cruel but hilarious.
Yeah.
Like whenever you see a video and then everyone runs to the comments, that is my favorite fucking. If I could create more content that would just allow people to fun roast me in the comments, fucking. I mean, that's why I post all those dick pics, because I was like, I want it to be fun in the comments, not like, you know, like it's. I think that's. Oh man, there's an overweight golfer instructor.
I know who you're talking about.
I fucking
know
love.
You're talking about. I've seen his stuff.
I hope that guy enjoys those comments because they make me howl laugh.
He really knows. He's a good golf instructor.
He's a great golfer and a great golf instructor, but it's like Snack Nicholas.
Yeah. He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
No, we'll get into that. Don't forget to go to tomsegura.com/tour. See me on tour, please.
Hey, can you keep going. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What were you going to say?
Can you guys send me what I love on the internet? Send it to me on Instagram so I can watch more. Because Tom and I send it to each other. But if you guys listening, if there's someone you're in love with on the internet, Instagram.
I can't believe you're not into Fancy Chef yet. I mean, that's all I.
Who's Fancy Chef?
I'll send you a few links.
Okay.
He's amazing. Fancy Chef.
The only people I get videos from are LeeAnn and the girls, and it's all cat videos. No. And Isla. Isla? I'll tell you off air.
Okay. Don't forget to remind Bert whose pussy it is, and we will see you guys next week.
Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.